Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you are all doing well and your study must be going well with the help of these e-content lectures. I am HP Shrimal, Assistant Professor of English, Government College, Manglana. Today we are going to take up the next topic, that is plot. In this lecture, we will discuss the definition of a plot, the types of plot, and the major difference between a plot and a short story. To begin with, let us see the definition of a plot. A plot is the organization of incident and character in such a way as to induce curiosity and suspense in the spectator or reader. Have you got the point? I repeat the definition. A plot is the organization of incident and character in such a way as to induce curiosity and suspense in the spectator or reader. Dear students, you see that there are two parts of this definition. First, what is a plot? And the second, what is the purpose of a plot? Have you got the point? Now see, what is a plot? A plot is the organization of incident and characters. Is that right? And what is the purpose of a plot? The purpose of a plot is to induce curiosity and suspense in the spectator or reader. Thus, with the help of these two segments, we make up the whole definition of a plot. That is, a plot is the organization of incident and characters in such a way as to induce curiosity and suspense in the spectator or reader. Aristotle in Poetics says that plot is one of the 6 constituent elements of tragedy. I hope you understand and you know what are these 6 constituent elements of tragedy, because we have read tragedy in a different lecture. Is that right? Aristotle enumerated 6 constituent elements of tragedy, that is plot, character, thought, song, diction, and spectacle. Now plot comes first of all these 6 constituent elements. Aristotle says that the plot is the soul of a tragedy. It is the first principle. Not only this, Aristotle goes on to the extent of saying that there can be a tragedy without a character, but there cannot be a tragedy without a plot. This shows the importance or significance of a plot. Is that right? And now you understand that the plot is an organization of incident and characters, and this organization of incident and characters must have a structural unity. Now, that is the next point in discussion, that there must be a structural unity in the plot. Let's see. A plot must have a structural unity. Aristotle says that all the parts are so closely connected that the transposal or the withdrawal of any one of them will disjoint and dislocate the whole. What does it mean? It means, for example, there are 6 constituent elements in a plot, and if you remove one of them, your whole scheme will fall flat. The total effect will be distorted. This is the meaning by the structural unity. Is it okay? That's why Aristotle says that all the parts are so closely connected with each other that if you remove any one of them, the whole scheme will disjoint and dislocate. Is that right? Now we come to the next thing, that the order of a unified plot is a continuous sequence of beginning, middle, and end. Is it okay? There must be clear beginning, the middle, and the end. The beginning initiates the main action in such a way which makes us look forward to something more. When we begin something, we know that things are to come ahead. The middle presumes what has gone before and requires something to follow. When we arrive at middle, we know that something has gone by and something more is going to come. Right? And the end follows from what has gone before but requires nothing more. And when we arrive at the end of something, we know things have taken place, but There is nothing more to come. Is that right? About the structure of a plot, and in a general way, about the structure of a plot having 5 acts, a critic, Freytag, designed a pyramid, Freytag's pyramid, and this pyramid makes clear how different acts in a plot are arranged. You can see on the screen exposition or inciting incident, rising action or complication, climax, reversal or falling action, resolution, and denouement. Have you got the point? Now see, in a 5 act play, the first act introduces characters and situations before you. This is known as exposition or inciting incident. The second, third, and fourth act develops a climax, and this makes the rising action. And in the fifth act, we see that the protagonist is moving towards a resolution or denouement, and this is known as the falling action. Let us make it a little bit more clear with the help of an example. We take up the example of Hamlet. Hamlet is a great tragedy by William Shakespeare, and let's take up in Hamlet. The ghost tells Hamlet that he was murdered by Claudius. This is the inciting incident, and this sets the tune for the rising action. Aristotle uses the term complication, and Freytag's term is rising action. Have you got the point? The rising action reaches the climax with the proof of Claudius' guilt by the device of a play within a play. Hamlet makes it sure that Claudius is the murderer of his father with the help of a device, that is play within a play. And now up to this time, Hamlet controls the whole situation. He controls the whole situation. But now he fails in murdering Claudius when he saw Claudius at a prayer. And here the falling action begins. Have you got the point? After this, Claudius controls the action. And the protagonist moves towards denouement, and this is known as the falling action. Is it okay? The action, what is the meaning of denouement or resolution? It simply means that the action either ends in success for the protagonist or in failure for the protagonist. This is denouement. Resolution and denouement is one and the same thing. In tragedy, we usually use the term resolution, but in comedy we prefer the term denouement. Is that right? The first act takes up exposition. Second, third, fourth act develops a climax, and the fifth act moves towards denouement. This is the structure for a 5-act plot. Now we come to the next thing, that is, what are two types of plots? There are two types of plots: simple plot and complex plot. According to Aristotle, a plot which does not have a reversal, peripety, or anagnorisis is known as a simple plot, and a plot which has peripety and anagnorisis is known as a complex plot. And now the point is, what is peripety or anagnorisis? Peripety means the reversal, and anagnorisis means the sudden recognition. Therefore, a plot which is these two things is known as a complex plot, and a plot where peripety or anagnorisis is lacking, that is known as a simple plot. Now we come to the next topic, that what is the basic difference between a story and a plot. E.M. Forster, in Aspects of the Novel, 1927, defined a story as a narrative of events arranged in their time sequence. Therefore, a story is a chronological record of something happening or taking place. A plot is also a narrative of events, but the emphasis is on the element of casualty. Got the point? The emphasis is on the element of casualty. In fact, the interplay of suspense and surprise is a prime source of vitality in a traditional plot. Let us take up one example. The king died and the queen died. This is a story. The king died and the queen died. This is a story because you have put these two pieces of information in a chronological order. The king died and the queen died. This is a chronological order. But if you say the king died and then the queen died of grief, this is a plot. Have you got the point? I repeat, the king died and then the queen died of grief. This is a plot because here you have artistically arranged the incidents. Now we take one more example. The king died, the queen died, no one knew why, until it was discovered that it was through grief at the death of the king. Is an example of plot. Is it okay? Have you got the point? The king died and then the queen died of grief is an example of plot. But if you have simply put up two pieces of information in a chronological order, that becomes a story. The king died and then the queen died. This is an example of a story. Is it okay? This is all about plot. Tomorrow we shall take up the next topic. Up to then, thank you. Keep watching.